Okay, I think we should be just about done with ads for the next 60 minutes or so. Um, Still not 100% sure that I understand Twitch's ad system because I can run ads and it'll say no pre rolls and then it'll just randomly run ads anyway. But we'll figure it out. We'll get there in the end, and that is what's important. So, in the meantime, I am here with my new friend. I'm trying to figure out what to name him, and a bunch of names have been put forward by myself, by my wife, by friends, by uh, family members. So I'm still kicking those names around. He is going to be Norse themed like the rest of the channel, so it's probably going to be some sort of Norwegian or Scandinavian or Old Norse name. Indigo put forth Aki, which I have looked up online, and its meaning is sort of ambiguous. We thought it meant ancestor, but it may mean grandfather. It's a diminutive form of any name that has Anu in it, and Anu suggests time or ancestry. So Aki seems appropriate because he's the gag here is that he's supposed to be like a Draugr, like he's the skeleton of my ancestors, like hanging out here. It's like I'm having dinner with granddad. like it's just kind of a weird concept. And he'll do wacky stuff. My plan is to get like different costumes for him over time, and he'll just kind of be like a little theme buddy that I have in the background of the stream. And we'll see how folks like that. And I like I said, I'm still not 100% on what the hell I'm doing with a skeleton, but the chair looked empty. I had to put something in the chair, so I got a skeleton. Well, it's the logical conclusion? You got an empty chair, you put a skeleton in there. It even rhymes. So, it just seemed like the right thing to do. So yeah, skeleton. Probably gonna go with Aki. I do like Lars. And I know a lot of people think the name is Lars, but in Norwegian, if you have an S directly following an R, it becomes an SH, so it becomes Lars, which I think is largely based on a history of drunkenness within the Scandinavian people. It's just a theory that you slur your S's a little bit when you've had a few glasses of mead, but just a theory. So Lars was one of them. I had the idea of Jurgen, but I don't know how I feel about Jurgen. And all of the Norwegian words for like bone or skeleton are all very similar to the words in English. So like bein is bone. A skeleton is like skeleton. Like there's not like a hell of a lot of difference there. So it's like, those are a little too on the nose, a little too obvious. So I think like a person's name, I can't just call him Draugr. Like that's everybody knows Draugr because of fucking Skyrim. So now I really have no idea what to go with. So I figured just a person's name, like Aki, is probably what it's going to wind up being. Look that up in Norwegian. It's Olga. Not sure why A became O, but the Norwegians do love their O's and U sounds. So I guess maybe that was what it was about. In any case, I'm doing all this Scandinavian stuff with my fun, like, robot business over here, and that's because we're not playing a fantasy game today. We're going to be playing a sci-fi game. A game you might have heard of. We played it last time. It's called Subnautica, and I'm going to go ahead and hop right in and play my game in Subnautica. We'll see. I have a theory. I set up a warning, so it'll actually warn me 5 minutes ahead of it running an ad break now. And I have a theory that it does that at the 10-minute mark. So if ads start in 1 minute and 30 seconds, then we know what happened. They'll go on for 3 minutes, and then they'll go away for a solid hour. So stick with me, and we'll try to get this thing going. Creative. I don't want creative. I want freedom. Freedom was the one I was on. There's our ship. What's the ship called again? I keep wanting to say like the Autumn or the Auburn or something like that, but that's not it. It's... Oh, I forgot. Doesn't matter. It's unimportant. We got everything we needed out of it anyway, and now I need to build a radio so that I can get the message that has apparently come in. Radio should be pretty close to the front entrance, I think. Probably right about here, maybe. Excuse me? Hello? Anybody care to add their thoughts or feelings to that? Well, all right then. Radio. Let's get a radio. We'll put it right here. We'll need some titanium and copper ore, which I may or may not have in abundant supply. Let's find out. Copper, one piece of copper. Titanium, none. None. Alright, so I might need some titanium. Alloys, locker. I don't even have names for half of these yet. That's sulfur. It should be called sulfur. What's in here? Table coral. Coral? Chems, plastics. Got a lot of plastics here. Got fiber mesh. By the bowl full. And I'm sorry, but plastics had lube in it, and lubes are not plastics. Lubes are chem. So take that. One. Do I have my... Oh, that's right. I'm in the seagrass area, and so I've got those weird creatures like living next door to me. Which is why they're constantly making noise.
Welcome aboard CAM systems online.
I'm not going to be very happy in my home if these creatures are over here making that noise constantly. I may need to gently encourage them to fuck off. By perhaps expanding a little bit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or I'll just build a base someplace else. Maybe I should be the one to fuck off. Oh, hey, my ship is not fully repaired. Let's go ahead and fix you up. Nobody wants a busted ship underwater. It's not a good time. So we're low on all mineral resources. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of mining. Because I want to make a prawn suit. A prawn suit. Oh, snap. Don't run into the wall there, Pat. A prawn suit. Oh, interesting. A piece of a ship. Is there anything in or near? Well, hello there. All that for hitting some sea grapes? Fuck you. Mobile vehicle back. Don't you get any ideas, you big chompy bastard. Anything interesting around here? Well, I could go down there, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to. There's a lot of poisonous stuff hanging from the walls over there. Say, can I get in this thing? I'm seeing doors, but they're not the kind of doors that you can open. They're the kind of doors that keep you from getting into. Ah, I can get in. Cool. What's in here? What do you got? Oh, I thought it was going to make the noise. It didn't even make the noise. I thought it was going to go... Alright, well, at least I'm finding a lot of titanium. That's a plus. Can't open that. Can't open that. But I can scan this. A beacon fragment. And at this point, even if I already have the tech, that's okay, because I'll get some titanium out of the deal. So I'm not really bothered about finding garbage I already have. And limestone limestone outcrop automatically rewards me with exactly what I'm looking for. Sweet, sweet copper. Let's get back to me base, get me radio broadcasts, and see if we can't find some things under the sea. We'll have a nice time, a nice conversation. And the important thing is that we'll be recharging our batteries while we're there. Always good to recharge the old batteries.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
There is a moment in an episode of Black Books where Fran is awkwardly flirting with a man and she says, "Climb aboard, Captain," but she like stutters it because she knows, even as she's saying it, that it's incredibly awkward. And that is what I think of every single time it says, "Welcome aboard, Captain." My mind immediately goes, "Climb aboard, Captain." And you will hear that a lot.
This is Lifepod 4. We've landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're going to last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
That
Signal
is...
coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Data bank. I think that's the same voice actor as the guy who sounds like Matt Berry, but he's just doing a different accent, which, I mean, kudos to you for
Systems online.
having a couple of different play accents under your belt. Aurora. That's the name of the ship. Aurora, not Autumn. But you gotta admit, I was close with the AU sound. Pre-roll off for 58 minutes again. I think it did. I think it bloody did. I think it does it at 10 minutes. I think that's the key. I think the first, if I run ads, it's going to run them again anyway, so I just don't need to run them when I start my stream. I'll do a little opening monologue. I'll fuck around for 10 minutes, and then I'll say, okay, we're going to take an ad break here. And that'll just be it. Because I have that set to 10 minutes, but I thought me running ads would supersede it. It does not. I could set it for half an hour if I want to. I could fuck around for half an hour before the ads start, but then the pre-roll would be running that whole time. I like the 10-minute idea better. And then I will just let it run the ads. I don't even need an ad button. I'll just let it do its thing. And I'll have a warning ahead of time. I'll be like, ads are incoming. Go take a piss. Because nobody likes advertisements. And what I love is that we're all aware of this at this point, and yet it is still the model that we've chosen for anything to be profitable. There have to be advertisements. That's where money in our society has to come from. Well, we have to run ads, but nobody likes them. Nobody watches them, and nobody buys things because they watch them. They don't work anymore. The new generation is basically immune to this kind of shit. Yeah, but we're going to do it anyway. Because we don't know how to do anything else. Okay. That's fine. I can work within that system. I can jury-rig that to my favor. Alright, so here's your radiation zone. Here's your blokes who didn't make it. Here's your weird entrance from the top. Can't get into it. Is there a way in from the side? Yeah, somebody punched a hole in the side. There we go. Alright. So we got a free med kit. We got a creature decoy. That's cool.
New blueprint acquired.
And we got
Integrating new PDA data.
neat.
Integrating new PDA data.
Behavior of a living creature for purposes of scientific research and predator evasion vibrates, cycles air and water, and sends out randomized high-frequency sound waves to emulate living organisms. Okay. That's interesting and useful, potentially. Wait, oh, there we go. There's my little submarine. That is, to be honest with you, not really of that great of interest to me. This looks like their little time capsule. You stay where you are, you little fuck. I know what you're up to. Please don't forget to feed him. Feed who? What? I'm right next to a sand shark. Do you mean him? Don't forget to feed him. Coffee Americano. What? Reactor rod. Okay, that could be useful. Do I have the blueprints for the reactor yet? Scanner room. I can make one of them now. Good. Nuclear reactor. Yes, I do have the blueprints for that. Okay. Well, all right then. That's just dandy. Let's listen to some lore while we're at it. Hey, baby. How's it going? Good. Having fun drawing? Nice. Well, that makes me happy. I like a happy baby. A happy baby. I think I figured out the ad thing. It's going to run them at the 10-minute mark, no matter what. I think that's how it's going to work. And then it will run them automatically every 60 minutes from then on. But I now have a little thing that warns me. So I think I can actually work around this. Cyclops, Neptune, Escape Rocket, Prawn Suit, Seamoth. Data downloads. Here we are. Aurora survivors. Captain's log. Loading program Craig McGill Simulator.vrat. Captain Hot Dog Hollister. Map Boreal 9. Resource normal. You are exploring a quiet alien backwater when your ship arrives here in implodes. It must be the arachnid kidney poachers. Quick, what will you do? Search the crash site, farm alien plants, use the tectonic de-imploder. Unavailable. He selected farm alien plants. That's just what Craig McGill would do. After foraging for some hours, you have collected a number of potentially farmable foodstuffs, which will you sustain yourself with? Stank root, tree roaches, or starwall eggs. I'm going to go with tree roaches, but they went with starwall eggs. While the starwall eggs are nutritious, the life cycle of these vast space-fearing creatures is much too slow to sustain a farm, and besides, their mother is extremely angry with you. Fight the starwall, apologize to the starwall, or accept your fate. Craig McGill knows there is no reasoning with a mother scorned. You are not so much torn apart as swallowed whole and disintegrated. The atoms that you thought were you are gradually redistributed in service of the starwall's continued survival. Would you like to continue? They have selected no. All right, so my boy, he was not very good at video games. He did not last long. It's fun that they have a game within a game. How meta. Yeah, the ad thing was super annoying. I'm glad that I've got it worked out. Or at least I think I've got it worked out. I guess we'll find out. But me running ads no longer seems to have any sort of impact. It's just the system runs the ads at the hour mark. It gives me 10 minutes at the beginning of my stream, and then it is like, all right, it's ad time. And from then on, it runs them on an hourly basis. And I can live with that. I can work within those constraints. So. Shut up, you annoying sand shark. I want nothing to do with you. You hear me? Nothing. I can hear you growling. I know you're sputtering around someplace, but your mobility sucks. And you're moving, well, in the wrong direction. You're after me in just the wrong way. Ah, good. Do you contain precious minerals? I submit that you do. Lead. I don't need bloody lead. Tell you what I need copper. You don't find copper in these round brown ones. You find them in the flat gray ones, but that's, I don't care. I'm looking for whatever mineral resources I can find. I'll stockpile it. Silver's always good. You can make wiring kits out of it. There's presumably at least one other purpose for it that I can't bloody remember right now. Hey, some gold. Precious. Precious metal. I'm glad that on my stream playthrough that I'm not doing the food and water mechanic. I know it probably to somebody watching is like, oh man, you're playing like on easy mode. Yes, I have already beaten the game. I do not need to go through non-easy mode. Thank you. The food and drink mechanic essentially resolves itself about 2/3 of the way into the game. You figure out how to just live with, you get a water desalination plant, and you can make your own bottled water, and that takes care of most of it because you get thirsty a lot faster than you get hungry, which makes sense because that's life. But then the food thing becomes a non-issue because it also produces salt, and then you can salt fish, and then you can take fish with you, and they don't go bad. So as soon as you're able to make the salt water separator machine, it's no longer a problem. And so it becomes like a pointless mechanic that just is like slowing you down for 2/3 of the game and then isn't a mechanic anymore. So it's just like, you know what, actually fuck this. Like, I don't wanna. And I'm glad. I'm glad I did. I'd do it again. And perhaps a third time. But that would be all. Okay, can't pick you up. Silver! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Probably titanium, but maybe, just maybe copper. Alright, where's me ship? There you are. My little sea moth. Let's take you back and reap the rewards of our mining. After which point we shall enjoy the fabled hospitality of the dwarves. Right meat off the bone. I love the way he rolls his R's there. Makes me so happy. It's the little things in life. Hey babe, how's audio? Just curious. Sound okay? Game not too loud, me not too loud, me not too quiet, game not too quiet. You know, basically the simple principles of audio. How's that all working? I want to make sure people have a pleasurable audio experience. Pleasurable. Ew.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
It's good to be aboard. Magic voice. Switch over to IRL channel and help me stain my deck. No, I'm not going to. You can't make me. I love the entire idea behind you asking me to switch to the IRL channel. How you doing, Disaster Vash? It's good to see you. What do I need to make in here anyway? I think I was like, I need a radio. I made a radio. Good. All right. What about other things? What about a prawn suit? What if I wanted to make a prawn suit? What then? Where's my mobile vehicle bay? Build me a prawn suit, please. It's good to see you. I don't hear from you much these days, but I imagine that's, you know, what with being a dad and everything, kind of gets in the way. This game has always looked interesting to me. How do you like it? I adore it. I have played all the way through it already. Just absolutely couldn't get enough of it. It's like, the progression, the organic nature of the progression is brilliant. It's like, hey, you can't go this deep, not because you're level locked to not being able to go this deep, but because going this deep lowers your oxygen efficiency and your air tank only holds this much, so you won't be able to go this deep for very long. But we're going to make you go this deep to get the parts that you need to make a better oxygen system so that you can go this deep later and it won't be a huge pain in the ass. So they will always push you to do the hard thing first, but then they'll be like, okay, you did the thing, now we're not going to torture you with it over and over again. And I think that's just good game design. There's just no disputing that. There's supposedly another game like this from the makers of Subnautica that's stuck in development hell. Yes, Subnautica 2. I have been following the conflict closely. It's not going well. Currently, the creators of Subnautica are suing the people who crafted the publisher, and the publisher has essentially like taken over their company and is countersuing them for like defamation and saying that the people who made like the two leads who were working on the project were deliberately sabotaging the project, which makes no sense. Why would they do something like that? It's very clearly that there was a 2.5 mil payout for the creators if they finished the game by 2026. Yes, exactly. And Crafton didn't want to pay out that bonus, so the creators, they basically said, oh, the game's not finished, even though the creators have had playtesting done and everything. It's ready to go. The playtesters have actually said, yeah, we've playtested it, it's ready to go. And Crafton is just like, no, it's totally broken. They haven't, it's nowhere near ready yet. And so I just think it's sad, because we're probably going to see, well, what I'd like to see is for Unknown Worlds to basically sue them hard enough to get their company bought back again, to just be like, yeah, we're not part of Crafton anymore. That is what I would genuinely love to see happen. But I know the way that these things shake out, and probably what's going to happen is that Unknown Worlds is just going to be dissolved into a content mill for a big company that clearly does not know how to manage itself. Can't afford the $2.5 million payout? Don't promise it. Don't put that in the contract. Don't go buying companies you can't afford. You bought them because you knew they were real good at making games, and guess what? They were real good, and they made a real good game again, and they were ready to fucking go. You should have known that shit would happen. But that's business in America. And perhaps around the world. Maybe you can be one of the terrifying sea creatures in a multiplayer squad. This is... I know you're joking about Subnautica in specific, but this is an ambition of mine. I really want to do voice work in a video game. And I'm, at this point, like literally reaching out to indie developers and just being like, I don't even need to be paid. I would just like to be in your video game. I would also love to help with writing on a video game. That would be a thrill for me. And, you know, obviously, if you're good at something, get paid for it. But I've never done it before, so I'm not trying to sell myself as being some sort of genius who would revolutionize their fucking game. Now am I? I'm just some guy who wants to be in a game, and if they like me, then I can put that on a resume, and I can be like, hey, here's a game that I did. I would like to be paid for this one, please. So the idea of like me being some sort of like sea creature monster or whatever, it would be pretty cool to get to do something like that. You know, I do all kinds of wacky voices and stuff. I think it would be. I think I could do that. For that character, I can do voices. I can do accents. I can do all kinds of shit. Anybody's watching this, get at me. It's just you and me, dude. Nobody else is watching. Well, my wife is, but Maybe I'll get lucky. The VA of the voice actor of Vash Stampede from Trigun, that was his first role. Then he got Ichigo in Bleach for like 10 years. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Lance Henriksen, who we all know as Bishop from Aliens, and the police investigator from the movie Terminator, and a number of other. I mean, he's a character actor. He's been in a million different things. He was 34 years old and homeless when he got hired to be the policeman from Terminator, and he was originally supposed to be the Terminator. James Cameron met him. He was like begging for a sandwich or something, and James Cameron met him and was just like, "Yo, you got a real cool voice. Come hang out with me sometime. I want to put you in a movie." He was literally homeless. He has a scar on his face from getting into like a bum fight. Like, that's real shit. And then he wound up being in a ton of movies just because Jim Cameron was like, "Hey, you sound cool." So like, you never know when you're going to have a moment in your life where you just kind of get lucky, and it's not because you're not talented. This is the philosophy that I'm operating as far as the whole streaming thing is. I'm not getting a hell lot of viewership, but at some point or another, maybe somebody will see me and they'll go, "Hey, you know what? That guy's funny, and I wanna give him a chance, and I'll get to do something cool." I think that would be really, really neat, and we'll see if anything like that comes to pass. I have my doubts, but a man can dream, though. A man can dream. I'm gonna put this quartz in here. Let's see. You rubies. Rubies. Okay, no. Before I get rubies, I need. Oh my god, there's so much I need to do before I can get before I can really go much deeper. I want to build up my base a wee bit. Which, actually, I must have already done some of the groundwork here. Good. 1, 2. I'll take those, and then I will put a whole bunch of seeds to grow more. But that should allow me to build aerogel, because these things and rubies will let me synthesize aerogel. Marvelous. So rubies are in here. Good. Let's get some aerogel. Let's do some improvisational comedy. For fun fact, he was literally supposed to be the Terminator, because James Cameron said he had a really good, like, intimidating look, and he had that deep voice, and he was like, "I want you to play this killer cyborg." It was the studio that was like, "Hey, Arnold Schwarzenegger is this bodybuilder over in Austria, and he's getting really popular, and they want to put him in a movie. Can he be the Terminator?" And when Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up, and it's just like, "Fuck you, asshole!" Like, you can't really argue with that. So James Cameron was like, "Dude, I am so sorry, because I know I told you that I was going to let you do this role. But here's what we'll do. I'm going to have you be the police officer in the movie, and then that way, you get some experience. You do a good job. Maybe you get cast in something else. We can work here." And so they made that happen. And long story short, he obviously did eventually get a role. He wound up in Aliens as Bishop because James Cameron really liked working with him. He said the guy's attitude was great, and then he just got cast. I mean, once you've worked with James Cameron, who the fuck's gonna argue with that? Do I have 2 thermoblades? Why don't I have 2 thermoblades? I don't really need 2 thermoblades. Go ahead and put one of those over here. A lot of empty batteries, some weird floaters. You say Gohan from DBZ is also Kiba from Naruto. It's a small group of peeps that do voice acting, and it seems. Yeah, it does. It's also John DiMaggio, the guy who voices Bender, will tell you that it's a game of stamina. It's about having energy. Why do I have 2 of every tool? What the fuck is happening to my inventory? Why do I have 2 of every tool? I don't need 2 scanners. I don't need 2 habitat builders. Like, why did some tools duplicate and not others? I did loot a sunken vessel. It was probably in that survival kit. That's probably exactly what it was. Good call. Well, let's go ahead and build a trash can so that I can get rid of some of this shit, which has its occasional uses. The trash can looks like it's just going to be another piece of storage, and indeed, if you put something into it, that thing will stay in the trash can, but the next time you leave your base, it will go away. At least that's what I've found. So whenever I'm trying to get rid of really, it's 2 titanium? Fuck you. Yeah, I think that was exactly it. I think when I looted because I just looted a bin, I think that was it. So we'll put this one in there, and we'll put this one in there, because I don't need 2 half-dead tools. I don't need a coffee Americano. Oh. It's deleting them even as I put them in. Okay, that's interesting. Never seen that before. Okay. Probably just moved too quick. And then this knife that's taking up space. Don't need that knife. Don't need a second knife. Sorry about that. See you later, second knife. Alright, what the hell am I doing? Prawn suit? Building a prawn suit. I need a lot of plasteel. Plasteel in alloys? No. That means I don't have plasteel, which means that I need to make a lot of titanium ingots. Let me just check it here in the tech. No plasteel in there. Okay, cool. All right, let's make some titanium ingots. Ingot. 1, 2. Let's make some glass. All right. Now I will need lithium. Don't tell me I don't have lithium. There it is. Good. Lithium. Now make me some plasteel ingots. So what's the scoop with you, dude? Any cool stories for me? Ingots. Got our plasteel ingots. Okay. I'm going to make another locker over here, and I'm going to call it Current Project. Not in the middle of the fucking wall, though, like an idiot. Like, can we try to balance this shit? Maybe put it right next to the tech. Smooth. Okay. Finished grad school 2 weeks ago. Nice. Have approximately 30% of my brain back. It's so quiet now. Yeah. No, I can imagine that would probably throw you off. Ooh, that's what I was looking for, a stalker tooth. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, because I need this glass. Enameled glass. Where did I put my glass? I put the glass in here. Because I didn't think I needed it, but now I do. Enameled glass. Shazam. We do have all the materials we need to make this thing. Okay, so I want my plasteel ingots and my aerogel back. I want my diamonds. For they are truly a girl's best friend. And then I need 2 lead. 2 lead. Oh, it looks like we got ourselves a prawn suit. I can't tell you how much I fucking love the prawn suit. It's amazing. Now I'm catching up on house projects and a stack of books. Nice. I have been focusing on getting the stream back up and running. I had some.
Sense of limitless power. Prawn operators receive weeks of training to counteract this phenomenon. You will have to make do with self-discipline.
I talked over her, but she said first-time users of the prawn suit often experience a sensation of limitless power. It is not untrue. Ta! Ta! Ha! Ta! Let's go kill a stalker. Come here, you fuck. No, I'm kidding. I want your teeth, so I'll leave you alive. Delicious stalker teeth. Oh my god, there's a whole pile of them over here. Oh, nice. More. More! There he goes. Every time they pick one up, they have a tendency to leave a tooth. And those teeths, those teethers, they're necessary for making the enameled glass. So, oops. I didn't mean to take your scrap metal there, buckaroo. Leave me some more teethers. How many teeths you got? So yeah, I've been focusing on trying to get the stream back up and running, but then I got sick. Like real sick for about 2 weeks. So I have not been streaming as much recently. It was this awful, awful bug that was just kicking my ass for a while. I kept, well, let me put it this way. I had to wake Indigo up at 5 o'clock in the morning to bring me 2 hoodies, not 1, 2 hoodies to wear on the toilet. I would get so cold that I would shake to the point where, like, I pulled muscles. They would hurt, like, the next couple days from all of the, like, violent shaking. My teeth would chatter. Like, I went, like, I was like a fucking icicle. It was bad. It was real bad. And, so that was a great time. We still don't know what it was. The doctor said probably COVID, but I took a COVID test and it was negative. Yes, it was great. I swear to God, I know it's like a stereotype, like the dreaded man cold, where like when one of us gets sick, we just turn into like a complete baby about it. But like, I'm usually not like a whiner, you know. I don't like being nauseous. I'll admit to that. I turn into a total baby the second I get nauseous. But like if I have an upper respiratory infection or if I have muscle aches and I'm tired, exhausted, that's my fucking bread and butter. I live with depression. Like, fuck you. I don't mind feeling awful most of the time because that's just how I live my life. But this thing kicked my ass, and so it wasn't until I stopped doing anything that I started feeling halfway okay again. I had to... My wife knows if I complain about feeling off that it's gonna be some serious shit. Yeah, because you don't strike me as the type of guy who's like you'll have a cold and you'll just keep working. You've got that like Midwestern work ethic, son, where you just like you're like, no, it's all right, I can handle it, and you just keep on trucking. I'm not. I don't have that. What I have is What I have is very different from the Midwestern work ethic. What I have is it's what I call mental illness armor. Because when you live with ADHD and depression and anxiety and obsessive compulsive disorder, you're just used to feeling like shit. That's just part of your life. And so it doesn't hit me as hard as it hits, I think, some other people. At the exact same time, obviously, I'm still not having a great time. And eventually I'll hit a burnout point. But like I can soldier on for a bit, and then I kind of crap out. If the bug lasts long enough, it'll beat me down, and I'll cop to that. But this wasn't like burnout from having the bug for too long. This thing sucked from day one, and it went on for 2 fucking weeks. It was bullshit. and I didn't care for it at all. Thank you very much. But I'm back. I'm back, baby. And so I'm doing my big crazy Sunday stream. I am glad that I just took the time to be like, no, I'm not doing fucking anything. Like I sat on the couch and watched like old Vinny streams for like a long, like 2 days. And that's how I got back to okay. What am I fucking doing? What am I don't even know what I'm fucking doing. Here. I need to go to... First of all, I need to get rid of this recipe in the top corner of my screen. I need to get ingredients for the thing that lets me modify... I need to be able to install mods in my items here. Like, I want to be able to put the prawn suit grappling arm and stuff like that in there. But I don't have the mod thing yet, I don't think. So... Thermal plant, there's spotlight, alien containment, that's fun. Locker, reagent, power cell, generator. I need shit for the moon pool. Where's the the shit for the moon pool? That's what it's called, right? It should be in here. I don't have it yet, so I guess I'm just gonna have to fuck around in the prawn suit for a while, go down to some deeper depths and see if I can't find this thing. Also, god damn it. God damn these electric sex pads. I don't want this water. I don't need it. I turned off food and water for this run because it's fine on the regular playthrough. Like I understand the food and water mechanic, and I did that for a whole playthrough, and now I'm done with that. I don't want to do that anymore. So one last thing. One last check here. In the tech bin, do I have any mods there? The tech bin. What is it? Cyclops engine efficiency mod. Okay. Can't use that yet. Irrelevant. But yeah, apparently there's like a new COVID variant going around called razor throat COVID, where you just feel like you have razor blades in your throat for a while. So I'd prefer to avoid that one. That doesn't sound like fun. I've already had COVID once that I know of, and I don't really need it again. Really anytime soon. Thank you. The other thing about COVID that pisses me off is the lasting neurological symptoms that can come with it. Because I already have neurological problems, so I really don't want more. But it's just like, too bad, motherfucker. Your brain doesn't work right anymore. I'm like, cool, thanks. Thank you for doing that to me. For, I guess, forever now. It's just an extremely uncool bug. Okay, shipwrecks. Have I been in this one? Is that some kind of puppy? Looks like there might be some kind of puppy here, guys. Hang on a second. Who's this? Who's this? You want to come up here? Come on up. Come on up. Hey, sweetie. Hello. Hi. You want to come up? Up. Up. Come on. Up. Hop up on pop. Okay, come on. There we go. There. Say hi. Say hello. What a good pup. Listen, are you so excited? Are you the happiest puppy? Have you been out in the yard with your mama, just having a great time? What a good girl. Okay, there you go. And there she goes. And she runs off. This is my new friend, by the way. I'm trying to come up with a name for him. We're thinking maybe Aki, which supposedly means ancestor. So I'm thinking Aki might be the right choice for that guy. But I want to show you something. There's a little feature that I want to show you. I'm going to take my headphones off. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see it, but he blinks. He's got little eyes that look around like he looks from left to right and blinks. So I thought that was a fun ghost sitter as opposed to ghost rider. Anyway, I got him for a bit of fun because the chair was looking empty back there. Hey, you're a good girl. Are you going to hang out with Papa? You're just going to sit down here with me? Okay. So yeah, he's just going to be chilling there, and I'm going to dress him up like I'm ordering a fake beard to attach to his chin. Because I thought it'd be fun if he was like a little Viking skeleton, and I'm going to get him, you know, some Norse clothes, and maybe around Halloween he'll you know, just go au naturel for a bit, but then like around Christmas, maybe he'll get a Santa costume. I don't know. Just kicking around fun ideas for my skeleton friend. Who doesn't like a good skeleton here and there in life? Sometimes that's exactly what you need. Okay, not seeing a hell of a lot of ways into this thing. Maybe from up top? Is there a hole in the top? No? Hole in the side. You don't have a wreck this size and then not have a way to get kind of in there. That doesn't make any sense. There's the way into this damn thing. And I'm gonna find it. Nothing there. Oh, now it's gonna get dark. Bullshit! What's this? Over here? Still nothing? Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't nothing? Alright, fine, fuck it. Where's my prawn suit? There you are. Prawn suit!
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Here we go. We're just gonna keep going south. God, I forgot how slow movement in this thing is at the beginning. No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go down in there. We're just going to keep on going south and find out what's down there. That's my plan. It may not be easy to get back, but we will make it happen. We're at 89% battery, everybody. Come on. Come on, son. So yeah, the further you get, you've probably seen at least some gameplay footage of this game, right? The further you get out, the more risk of running into really scary shit there is. Also, it's a good idea to just periodically go ahead and save the game in case you jump off of an endless cliff that takes you, you know, into the deep ocean, from whence you may never return. Watched a friend play a bit of this years ago. It was... I feel bad that I missed this when it came out. I guess it was just not even on my radar, which sucks, because it's fucking awesome. Ah, what the heck. Let's just go ahead and drop down. We'll find out. Ah, an air intake outtake. Interesting. I don't need that, but it's definitely connected to some alien craft. Hey, look, another one of those little time capsules. What do I get from this one? Looks like I got a lot of lead, an advanced wiring kit, plasteel ingot, and a reactor rod. Not bad. Not a bad haul. Come on then. Let's keep at it. I guess we'll just keep heading south. Although I will, when I see rubies, I nab rubies, man. That's worth money. Lithium, I'll take it. Come here, you. I forgot that you can grab stuff when you're in the prawn suit. You don't have to get out. You can just be like, all right, I'm taking it. Unless it's rolling away from you at an alarming rate, in which case, no, you can't take stuff. And everything I just told you was a lie. I have to get out of the suit, but sometimes I do anyway, so fuck off. Rubies, quartz. I'll just take everything on the menu. A diamond. How fabulous. I feel like I'm in the bottom of the Mariana Trench and I am never getting out. We'll see. Onward and upward. Yep. I made a choice and I am going to regret it. Coming down here, I think I may have actually trapped myself in a ravine. Just marvelous. Marvelous. Just marvelous. Okay, there's a little ledge I can land on and regain. There we go. The little meter in the bottom right-hand corner shows like my jump